Very well. I have to go now to okay. So I'm going to introduce to you today, as a gravitas to what we're talking about, a class of primes called the happy primes. So we're going to talk about the 19th happy primes, and then again our vision actually becomes more focused on these primes, because they are telling us why these things actually are there, why we're looking at certain things. Okay, again, it goes back to 19. So in number theory, a happy number is a number which eventually reaches 1 when consecutively replaced by the sum of the square of each digit. For example, 19 is a happy number. Let's see here. Number, because 1 squared plus 9 squared is equal to 82. 8 squared plus 2 squared is equal to 68. 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to 100. 1 squared plus 0 squared plus 0 squared is equal to 1. If a number has this kind of property, that eventually it reduces to 1 by consecutively keep squaring the digits of that number and add them up, then that number is called a happy number. If it doesn't work that way, it's called a sad number in number theory. Okay. So now if I remove all the primes from that, then all those primes are called happy primes, and let all the other numbers that are composites, let them be. Okay. So the 19th happy prime is 379. We didn't know this before. Okay. But we knew that 379's lonely Gaussian prime is 9127. Well, we didn't know how it was related to 19. And now today we know this. We know that that's because the 19th happy prime is 379. But 379 also has a very unique property, because the number of digits adds up to 19. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 9 is 19. Okay? That's what we thought that was the case. It is the case, but not the whole story. The whole story now is coming through. It manifests itself to us that, yes, the reason is because 379 is the 19th happy prime. That means what I have to do is I have to check this, okay? It's just not that you got a prime. Now you got to verify it's a happy prime. So the calculation becomes more and more complicated. So that means 3 squared plus 7 squared plus 9 squared. You add them up, then whatever the resulting number is, then you do the same operation in that number with the number of digits, with each digit, score each digit and add up to the score of the second digit and the third digit and up to the nth digit. Okay? All right. So the number of digits of 19th Mersenne prime is 1281. Okay? So we've known about this for a long time. 1281 is equal to 3 times 7 times 661. And the indices of these primes are 2418 or 2418. Okay? 3 is the second prime number, 7 is the fourth prime number, and 61 is the 18th prime number. 2418th Gaussian prime is this large number, 46511. And 46511 happens to be a happy prime, and it happens to be the 790th happy prime. And we know that 790 is the number of verses containing the word God in 9127. Okay? So if you go to my translation, you'll see that 9127 you see that the number of verses containing the word God is actually 790. So that's the 790th verse containing the word God from the beginning of the Quran is 9127. 9127 in base 10 is equal to 2698 in base 10. 790 in base 19 is equal to 2698 in base 10. The number of word God in the entire Quran. 46511 happens to be also a lonely prime, and it is 3491st lonely prime, which is the total number of verses in the uninitial surahs in the Quran. Okay, so you can, you can verify these things by again going to let's see. Let me go back to. There it is. Okay, so if I go to 9127, okay, there it is. You see that? 790 written in blue. Okay, that's the verse containing the word God. Sequential number of verses with the word God in it. Okay, and so that's that. And then if I go to 114.6. You see the second number there, 3491. That's the number of verses in the uninitial surahs. And they were both generated from these numbers, okay? And now the generator of these guys are the number of digits in the 19th Mersenne prime, which is 1281. You cannot explain this to somebody in 1950. You can't do it because the 19th Mersenne prime was not known back then. As to how many digits it has, what the exponent of the thing is, you cannot explain this. It had to wait until the modern computers are in use and people know how to do these things. So you had to wait until 1962 for this thing to shine through all this stuff that we are seeing today. Okay, had to wait. This is how the Quran is generated. That's why it gives gravity, and that's why I said that we have to put our trust in God. When He does something, there is a reason for it. Those reasons, we may not understand them at that time. But again, we have to put our trust in God. We have no other option. That's true peace offering to God. And we offer Him peace. And that's how we can actually get closer to God. And enjoy being with Him. That's the other thing. Okay, a lot of people, as I said, if they keep asking questions like that, they're not going to enjoy being with God, which is the worst thing that could happen to them. Okay. So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish our Jummah. Allahu Kabir.